Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine avatara varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. The conversation turned to caste system. Sri Ramakrishna said, the caste system can be removed by one means only, and that is the love of God. Lovers of God do not belong to any caste. The mind, body and soul of a man becomes purified through divine love. In those days of Sri Ramakrishna, the caste system had taken a very deep-rooted concept. Even just few decades back, when I was there in forest regions of Madhya Pradesh, I saw that caste system is so deep. Even after so many centuries after struggle, it still remained. And in Madhya Pradesh, where I was staying on the banks of Narmada, a low caste man cannot enter the area in which the Sarpanch and all other a little higher caste remain. They are not Brahminical Brahmins, but they are Kshatriyas. Just Kshatriyas and the lowest, whom we call Shudras, that caste system. And these people cannot enter into those people's region. And only a scavenger, they have to come from the back, carry the filth from the house every day. But nobody belonging to lower caste can pass in front of their house. That person would be beaten like anything. I was surprised. And I stayed in a devotee's house in a village. And one day one small girl came to take buttermilk from the house. And she belonged to the lower caste. I did not know. In the house where I stayed, they belonged to Kshatriya people. And she was standing far away. I asked, what do you want? She said, buttermilk. After taking the curds, there will be 50-60 cows in the people's house who are capable of. These were agriculturalists. They had sufficient cows. And they will take out a large quantity of butter. They will curdle the milk and take out butter, and the buttermilk will be there. These people, lowly people belonging to low caste, they don't have their menial works, they do. And they come and take and go. I asked her to, veranda is there in front. Beyond that is the final gate. She's standing outside the gate and shouting, give me, give me. I saw, I was sitting there. I asked, what do you want? But I said, come here. She said, small girl. She said, no, I am not supposed to come. I said, who said? I did not know. Caste system is so. Then I told, come here, don't be afraid. Then she came up to the gate, not even entered the gate. There was an objection from the house. Swamiji, we don't allow them to come inside. I said, why? No, they don't belong to our caste. So what? She's a human being. And you don't allow her to come inside. No, we go outside and pour in their vessel. I said, let her come. What will happen? I will see. They came and fell at my feet. From tomorrow, they don't allow us to go to the temple. All villagers will boycott. That nobody comes to my house, nobody talks to us, nobody helps us in any way. And some people can stand so far from the final gate. Some people can enter the gate but cannot move about in the outward court. Then somebody can cross that and come to the main door. Inside the main door is the veranda. They can come up to the. Some can enter inside the veranda, and large area from there, open area. Somebody can climb the veranda. Somebody can enter the house. Only their people can enter the inner apartments, their own caste. And entering the kitchen and inner apartment, they need lot of formalities to be finished. I said, oh, even now this exists. So slowly it is going away. That was not the original plan. The four systems ever exist. Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam guna karma vibhagasha. According to guna and karma, according to the nature and according to their action. The four castes, it will remain forever. Wherever there is a conscious being working as an organized, in an organized way, be it a nation, be it a body, physical body, our own physical body, or a organization or a factory or a bank, anywhere you see people getting together and doing work, there will be these four. One is the management, organizers. Then comes the watch and ward, and then security, watchman and all the security. Then comes the products purchased, raw materials and finished products, or buying and selling, or input and output, or export and import, some trade and commerce, and finally labor or staff working. These four. In our bodily system, you see, brain is there as the Brahmin. Then there are limbs as Kshatriya. Whole bodily limbs are there, working and fighting, moving about, protecting. There is inner defense system. How the defense system works, you see, constantly at all times, unbroken way. So defense system is there. A bacteria enters, how it is attacked by WBC, white blood corpuscles, and how they increase in the body. That is the Vaishya community in our body. Then there is intake, output, doing all work and activities, output, and input, food, oxygen. Then there is throwing away waste and all that, and carrying nutrition and oxygen to every cell and throwing away the waste. In our own bodily system, any organization, people join it together, these four will be there. Managerial or organizers, then defense, protection, and then commerce, giving and buying, trade, and then laborers, workers. These four will be eternally there in every society, in every race, in every nation, in every country. These four will be there. We call it Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. Most important part is given to the Shudras because they are the people who if labor is not there, the whole society will come to a stagnation. No food, nothing to do. Nobody, if the labor is not there, nothing moves. So they were regarded as the feet of God. Feet is what takes the move and goes to every. If movement is not there, it is paralyzed. So the whole thing and the way in which it slowly took, because the labor community, they were most people who are skilled workers, all types, carpentry, smith, then pot makers, cobblers, important people, artisans, then ceramics, all these works, goldsmiths, all the extremely important part of the society. If they are not there, we have lost everything. So how they, and because there were no schooling for them, schooling was there for Brahmins, because it is theory important. Here practical is important. Theory, maximum theory for Brahmin. Very little practical, and practical is dhyana japa, it is internalized. Second comes the Kshatriya. Kshatriya, theory and practice. Whole Rajakiya, how to govern a country, the school of governance, everything. From the ancient history, what all happened, how did the great kings lived, what is martial art, all this, every bit, both theory and practice, theory and practice. When it comes to Vaishya community, theory becomes less important. Maximum importance is Brahmin, little less important is theory is more practical. In case of Vaishyas, it is, whole thing is on calculations, giving and taking, and theory comes to the minimum, and again, field of work, how much knowledgeable you are, how much wise you are, this works. Here, a different kind of practicality, everybody doesn't, however intelligent a person may be, he need not succeed in business. Business mind is entirely different. It is always calculative, and the moment they see a person, they understand how much, how can he make a person accept a thing, buy a thing, sell a thing, all this by just knowing. There is practical psychology and a different a sixth sense working, which cannot be taught by, it has to come through genes. It cannot be taught. Otherwise, immediately they will have great losses and go away. Nicely educated also will find great loss. When it comes to Shudras, only practical. No theory at all. A carpentry, no theory. From childhood, his hands, they are born with tools in their hands. Children, these people, Shudras, they are born with tools in hand, like a carpenter, like a goldsmith, or like a smith. You will see them born, and then born with skill in the brain. Skill is always there by birth. How easy was for me to teach everything to Sadan, because he was, what is that, Karma? Vishwakarma, born in Vishwakarma family. Carpenter family. I could teach him anything. They are born with that skill. They don't need theory. So there is no schooling for them. Schooling begins for them with observation and participation. And father's profession is brought down to the children by birth. Carpenter's son will become a carpenter. There is nothing to teach or learn going to school from others. So that was the system. So schooling was not there. Brahmin has to go to school. At the age of 8, he must be there. 5, at the age of 5, he has to go to Gurukula. Maximum at the age of 8, he has to be going to. So it was unavoidable, because whole thing and lot of learning by heart, all things, keeping in memory. When it comes to Kshatriya, it's entirely different. So these were clear-cut participants in the society. A Shudra never thought, why I am Shudra, nor a Brahmin thought, why I am a Brahmin. The brain never thinks why I am a brain, and feet never thinks why I am a feet. They work with common interest of the whole body. Body must be alive, body must be healthy. We are all inseparable parts of the body if the whole system is working in good condition. So everyone work for the welfare of the body and well-being of the body. Similarly, a society used to, everyone lovingly did his devotions, did his actions, contributed to the welfare of society without questioning. Perfect harmony registered. They loved each other. They sat together and ate. They sang. They danced together. Recently, just a decade maybe behind, Mataji, our President Mataji was in Tapasya in Balamane. A temple came up there. A old dilapidated temple was renovated. And for the Kalasha Sthapana, I was invited there. I saw the pujaris and servants of different castes. They are working together as if they are brothers and sisters. Each working. the priest is holding the ladder and the servant is climbing the ladder. And is climbing up, he is standing below and holding the. He went up and swept and cleaned and made everything arrangement there, putting flowers and all. The priest is standing below. That person who climbed the servant belongs to a lower class in the society. And this person, while going up, he bowed down to the priest. While coming down, he bowed down to the priest. How lovingly they are talking to each other. How lovingly they are living together. I was surprised. Then the priest went inside for worship. He went there outside for sweeping. And each in his own place and working together in great joy and peace, harmony everywhere. Slowly it degenerated into, because of the profession coming down in a particular family, the carpenter becoming carpenter. The children become this taking down the same profession. It is coming down. A smith is becoming a smith. So they are bringing down in the same. A goldsmith is becoming goldsmith family. So this slowly degenerated into a class. A Brahmin's child remained a Brahmin. So there was no mixing up because schooling process was entirely different. What training is given to a Kshatriya, a warrior, is not given to a Brahmin at all. So they belong to different schools. They belong to different grades. They belong to the different section of the society. Slowly degenerated into caste system. They forgot to mix with each other. Even I was in one of the monasteries of South India. There were so many monks and brahmacharis. There were lot of departments. Experts are put always. Suppose I know medical, I belong to medical profession. Then I will be given a duty pertaining to medicine and medical science. Now, if I am a doctor, the dispensary will be, I will be in charge of the dispensary. Another engineer will be given some other work of construction and maintenance. So, we cannot be interchanged. The engineer cannot take the doctor's place, doctor cannot take the engineer's place. It continues. There were different puja and celebrations going on in one section. Publication, another. Then there is dispensary. Then there is school. And nobody can be changed from one section to another section so easily. It needs training. So they avoid. And slowly they become a group. While coming to dining hall, the groups will start coming together as it is. And they take food together and start going away. There is no interaction between the groups because they are busy with their own work. They sit wherever they sit together and discuss. This discussion goes on. And we will see that slowly groupism like, caste system like grow in the monastery. Then some person comes, makes them join together. One person came from a particular place as a brahmachari. He was there as brahmachari. He was posted to this center as a brahmachari. And he used to tell so many reminiscences that makes everyone laugh. Laugh and laugh. Such incidents he will go on explaining. And people started, while taking food, they forgot what they have to discuss. Every day, everybody will be waiting to listen from him some stories. And the stories would be unusually making everyone laugh. We will not know with such seriousness it begins, and laughter. They used to hold their stomach and laugh. So much of laughter. Slowly all their differences dissolved. They started becoming one, moving together. Whatever is to be discussed will be discussed in their office, not outside. How it becomes one. How the caste system forms, and how can this caste system be dissolved? Just one brahmachari, so many sadhus were there. Each sadhu who has put in about 15-20 years of his life as a monk is living with groups, each living with groups. And an ordinary brahmachari, 4 or 5 years he has put in the monastery, not yet taken the vows, he is still a novice. And that person comes and makes the whole thing, change the whole, without anybody's knowledge. I was observing. So how they become one, how they become split. Similarly, Sri Ramakrishna is teaching us how we become separate, how religions separate, how professionals separate. Where there is split, there is a split. How there are so many branches, but why can't we live together? What makes, just like what made the monks and brahmacharis to become one is just a laughter. A laughter. And here Sri Ramakrishna says, love of God. Love of God dissolves all the difference, because it is there where each one forgets his identity. In love of God, everyone forgets. Even if I love a person or a community or a religion, my own nation, if I start loving, I am separate from others. But when I love God, my identity dissolves. When I love someone, my identity gets enfirmed. It is becoming firm, strong. I love my nation, my identity is growing stronger. I love God, my identity is dissolving. So dissolution of identity is manifestation of divinity. Each one feels himself divine. He sees divine everywhere. He finds all people are children of God. So here you see everything dissolving and going away. Body, mind, soul of a man becomes purified through divine love. All these things happen by just a divine love. Loving God, we lose the identity. Once we lose the identity, start losing the identity, the divinity starts manifesting. Om Niranjanam Nityamanantarupam Bhaktanukampa Dhritavigraham Vai Ishavataram Parameshamidhyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namama.